Free speech is dead. Charlie Kirk assassinated. Jimmy Kimmel off the air. What's next? World War III. Yes, it's all nonsense in this world of diplomacy that's absolutely rubbish. The era of the Biden and Obama um, has really divided this world, and absolute people that have too much emotions weakened out of them. And now when anyone says anything hard stance like Donald Trump or Charlie Kirk, it's all over. We must end them. That's where the world's happening at the moment. I've got a lot of soft people, and we need to get back to old school trusted values of working hard, getting it done, instead of everybody feeling like they're entitled and don't need to work for hard to make a living. That is where we're at right here, right now, in this world where radicalism is real and absolutely flying at the moment. Charlie Kirk's death, a sad case of just people going crazy, bananas, and nothing they're going to do to stop them. So what do we need to do right here, right now? Guns gone. Don't know why Obama didn't have the guts to do it. They've got to get rid of guns. That's number one. This is our right to have a gun, fam. Bullshit. You're going to kill people with a gun? Get rid of them. Simple as that. Simple as that. You can have it for hunting, but everything else out the door. That's what most countries do, but not America. Yes, but what's not helping is obviously the social media rubbish, the news bombarded with negativity all the time. It's a bad word out there. None of the positive news hardly ever gets out. It's all about bad news, and that's on the reporters out here all around the world. Why aren't we focusing on the real issues? Instead of these assassinations, why aren't we talking about the hunger strikes all over the world, in Africa and all over, the wars happening in the Gaza Strip? I know we're talking about it, but we're not doing anything about it. That is the difference. People with the money are doing jack about it. They pretend behind their charities that they are doing something for the greater good, but really they're just doing it for themselves. Not all of them, but that's where we're at right here, right now, in this world of absolute mayhem. We've just let the people out of the asylum and let them go berserk. And well, you could add that maybe the pandemic has started this as well, with the injections making people do crazy things. It's absolutely shocking that we're talking about a white blue-collar male, or turned into a blue-collar male, and we're not looking at what's happening around the world with malnutrition, all the people, millions of people dying all around the world, and we're not fixing those problems. We just like to complain, moan. Like, we're not trying to get rid of drugs. Like, drugs is allowed all around the world. It's just happy days. You can do what you like. They don't police it properly. It's just madness. But Jimmy Kimmel, getting back to Jimmy Kimmel, hear him going off the air. Freedom speech is dead. Absolute dead. Yes, you can't say anything bad about Trump. You're off the air. That's pretty much what's happening at the moment. If you say anything bad about him, you can be taken off the air. That's how big of craziness this world's getting to, that one person can control your life. It's absolute madness, and I just don't know what's real and what's not real. So yeah, and like all the talk about the Charlie Kirk incident is about the boyfriend being transgender. Get over it. It's just something in the life that we all have. There's all the different things. We don't need to be bashed about it. If someone has a different opinion, doesn't mean we have to. We all have to agree. But there's no need for violence and all this rubbish. But yes. So we're going back to the Hitler days. It looks like we may be on our way to that. That's way the sad the world is going. But the hatred for this Trump administration is just so radicalized on both sides. It's just really, really taking off. But in terms of freedom of speech, I have to argue a little bit for what was actually shown. It was obviously a joke. They cut the video and all that stuff. But was it really that funny? I think that's the problem with the talk shows of the days right now. They're trying to be political and they're not funny. They're, and to say Jimmy Kimmel's pretty much going to get fired for just that incident, no. The ratings have plummeted. Not just him, it's all of them. Fallon, Colbert, they're all going down the toilet as the Netflix generation, the streaming generation has taken over, and the comedy you can get on there, and people are just not wanting to watch the late night views. Can they change it, or is late night dead? That is the question mark. Obviously, it's not completely dead, but when you only get 1 million of a 1 million views from a 300 million plus country, then there is something wrong. You're not getting it done. Yes, but yeah, are we really defining the real social issues out here? This is basically what I'm trying to get to you in this video. This assassination on Kirk, the trial assassination on Trump. And then you have these other people out there like the Tates that are trying to do the radicalism side as well. But where is the middle? Where's the middle part? Where is the Where is actually, what are we doing to fix the problems? Nothing. We just talk. There's no actual action. And that's where the actions of the Trumps, actions of Ukraine, actions of Europe, actions speak louder than words. You can say all the words you like as politicians, but you need to go out there and deliver what needs to happen. If they say not to assassinate people, but sometimes you have to. If these people that are just doing crazy things like in the Hitler sort of style, well, in terms of killing people, then retribution may have to happen there to try and cover that. Because look at what happened to the Bin Laden thing. It stopped it. Haven't had an issue with that side of the world since, pretty much, since that's happened. We need to do the same in other countries where it's happening right here and right now, as we're presently speaking, and nothing's getting done. That's what I'm saying. Nothing's getting done. Absolute pandemonium. Millions of people are dying all over the world, and we're doing nothing about it to try and fix it. So the politicians really need to start actually doing what they're supposed to do and actually help the countries involved and improve life for everybody in the world. That's where we're at the moment. So hopefully this Kirk incident actually helps the world understand that the freedom of speech should be allowed and that we can really move on. But at the moment, it's a crazy time out there for everybody involved. But anyway, that's just the video for today. Remember to like and subscribe to Barry Charles News, and I'll be back with another video soon.